if you have anything, if you've picked anything from this video, is invest in corn. I don't know how you want to get the corn. You thief, beg, borrow, steal, hijack, anything you want to do, make sure that you have corn in storage this year. Okay? It will favor you bad. Food scarcity is looming in Nigeria, and the wise ones are investing where they are going to make money. You are sitting down there and just swiping how to make money in Nigeria. This is the best video for you. For somebody who has been in the agri sector, even me, I dey fear, because if the government doesn't do something very serious, the kind of hunger that will deal with people next year. I'm not a prophet of doom, but it is reality that Nigeria needs help when it comes to food. Listen to this. My name is Maria Habila. If I see my face for the very first time, I make videos about agri-entrepreneurship. I'm an agri-entrepreneur. I have businesses that are running across various fields of agriculture, and I'm here to tell you categorically that this is the best place to invest your money come 2023. This is the end of 2023. This is harvest season. Actually, if you have any money kept aside for anything, invest it now in agriculture, because the way the price of things are going up, I don't know how much we'll buy rice next year. There's no guarantee that rice will reach up to 100,000 naira per bag. I cannot guarantee you that. Yeah. Now, there are a lot of reasons why this is happening. A lot of people are just wondering, okay, you are telling us that there's food scarcity, and you're saying that there's money to be made in agriculture. How? Listen to me. I'm going to tell you why, so that you can, know some basic information. Now, one of the reasons why food scarcity is looming is because of the global warming. Everybody knows global warming, how everything is depleting and different things are happening. But how does it affect agriculture? I'm going to bring you up to speed real quickly. Number one, when there's global warming, a lot of things affect our weather. Now, desertification, more deserts, more breeze blowing, all those kinds of things. It affects our health, but most importantly, it affects our food. If there's the effect of global warming right now is it causes low rainfall or seasonal drought. Let me tell you what low rainfall or seasonal drought means. For example, I plant my maize around April, and I'm expected to plant it, and after 2 to 3 days, or like at least the first 5 days, rain should fall on it, and then it will start to germinate. Now, when rain doesn't fall within that period where rainfall is usually supposed to be high in some areas, there's going to be a problem, and it's going to ripple down and affect my crop production. That's number one. If, for instance, everything is going well and along the line there's now drought in between, like there's now 3 weeks of no rainfall or low rainfall, it can affect the productivity of my crop. Let's move a little further. If, for example, it's time to apply fertilizer, and as I'm applying fertilizer, I'm hoping that rain should fall within the next 2 days or at most 1 day, so that the fertilizer can sink into the ground. If not, the fertilizer is going to burn and kill my plant. If rain doesn't fall within that period, it will affect my fertilizer, and it's going to affect my plant, and it will affect crop production. Let's move a little bit forward. If, for instance, it's time to harvest and there's now heavy rainfall when crops are beginning to dry, guess what? All those your fine cob of corn that has come out is now going to start germinating on top of the tree, on top of it's crazy, but it's very, very serious. That's your corn is going to start germinating on top of the plant, thereby causing rot. Let's say we now even move a little forward. We've harvested, we are now trying to dry for storage. As we're now trying to dry, rain now start to fall, and rain refuses to stop. Do you know what will happen? It's not going to dry fast, and there's going to be loss in the process. I've mentioned to you categorically the ways that seasonal droughts can affect your plant. Now, aside seasonal drought, another thing that can affect the growth and productivity of your harvest would definitely be harshness of the weather. Okay, sometimes acid rain falls. Let me give you a very quick example. If you want to invest money this year, buy ginger. Do you know what happened to ginger? For those who know, they know. Ginger is going to be so expensive. Corn is going to be so expensive. You know why? Hey, many reasons. Just wait to the end, because I'm breaking it down for you guys, because the thought of it is scaring me, but you guys are here, so we're gonna listen to it together and analyze it together. Let's move on to the next part. One of the things that is causing food scarcity and food insecurity in Nigeria is actually insecurity and insurgency in some of the most productive areas of Nigeria. For example, Zamfara brings in most of the food that Nigerians consume. Zamfara, Adamawa, Taraba, Plateau State, Nasarawa State, Benue State, Kaduna. Now Kaduna mostly produce corn and some other staple fruit, including ginger. Now I told you ginger is doing very badly. Let's move on to corn. Insecurity in Zamfara is not allowing people to go to the farm to plant. So now ripple effect is they are not able to produce. People that used to produce 20 hectares, 50 hectares, 100 hectares are now afraid to go to their farms, because if they go, they will kidnap them and sometimes kill them, ask for ransom that they cannot pay, or probably even before they ask for ransom, they kill them, that their farm is going to die. Nobody's going to go back there, because at the end of the day, if you are going there, there's a high possibility that you're either going to be kidnapped or killed or something. So insecurity has drastically affected production in Nigeria, food production in Nigeria. Another thing that's affected, which is the ripple down of all of these things, is now demand is now higher than supply. Before, we used to have plenty of rice. This year rice did badly in some areas where rice is supposed to do well and add to the gross GDP of rice production in Nigeria or rice consumption in Nigeria. So now what? Rice have dropped, ginger have dropped, rice corn has dropped. What else has dropped? Other things that we're not aware of. Even soya beans production has dropped. Now let's move on to tell you how this thing is going to affect you if you invest in it. Okay. The demand and supply, like I mentioned, is now the demand is now higher. Let me give you a very good example, because this is like what I'm experiencing right now. Last year maize was really scarce, and we now had to go into storage of 2 to 5 years backwards to bring out all the maize in storage. Let me give you an example. For example, I store, let's say I have up to like 50,000 tons or 100,000 tons of corn that I've stored over the period of 5 years. Last year, that storage has dropped down to maybe 2,000 tons from 100,000. That's how bad the demand and supply is. So currently what is happening is, as it is season of maize and harvest right now, so as people are harvesting their corn right now as we talk, as you're coming to the markets inside car, you want to come and sell, people are fighting over your corn. You have not told them how much. They don't care how much it is they want to buy. You think it's bad? People are also going around farms, especially poultry farmers are going around farms to book corn, not a processed corn. Book it. Oga, I can give you facility where you will dry it, so that when it's ready, I am the one that will buy it. You not go and sell it to somebody else. Any amount you call, I will buy. That's what is happening now. So even the corns that come to the market are mostly substandard corn. I gave my mom like money to buy me 40 bags of corn, and right now we are still trying to see how we can gather that 40 bags because of how difficult it is to buy corn. If you go to villages, they've been booked. Now, if you have anything, if you picked anything from this video, is invest in corn. I don't know how you want to get the corn. You thief, beg, borrow, steal, hijack, anything you want to do, make sure that you have corn in storage this year. Okay? It will favor you bad. Now let's move on to rice. Rice too, if you can store rice, please store rice. Please store rice. If you can also store ginger, because me like this, my idea ginger. I'ma buy ginger, I'ma store ginger, I'ma sell ginger come next year, and I'm gonna make millions out of ginger. Even if for me to sell every property I've ever owned in this life to buy ginger, I will do it, because ginger is gold right now. I'm giving for all this free tip because at the end of the day, these are the areas, these are things that we do to make money. It's harvest season, so farmers are willing to sell, especially poor farmers. So if you can have access to those poor farmers, please have access to them and go and beg them, buy. it is time to also invest in animal feed. I've been saying corn and soya beans. People like, what am I? I'm not eating corn. How does it concern me? That your same way they chop na corn there. Some of your flour that used to say all-purpose flour, corn dey inside. All those people that used to drink beer, corn is inside. Guinea corn is inside. All these things that we consume, biscuits, staple household oil. Some of these things I mentioned are part of the production. They need them as you know, to produce those things that you eat in your house. Semolina, I don't eat corn, I only eat semo. That was semo, corn damn. Do you think there's a plant called semo? There's no plant called semo, my darling. It's just a mixture of other grains that would produce you fine semo, lina or vita, or what did they call them? Dawa. Anyone. All of them are byproducts of corn. So companies need those corns in bulk. They too get eye for that or small corn. Do you understand? That's how the increase and demand of corn is skyrocketing. Let me bust your bubble just a little bit. If you think there's only human beings that used to consume corn, you have no idea what's about to hit you, because even all the animals that you see, chicken, we know you used to produce chicken, you have poultry. What do you think they used to make the feed for poultry? Soya beans, corn, and some other grains. Do you understand? So poultry houses are fighting for corn. Factories who produce are fighting for corn. Breweries and drink companies are fighting for grains. Let me just even say grains, because not only corn. You as a human being that used to eat entuo masara, you are doing this rice, this corn thing. You too, you are fighting for the corn. The demand is high, the supply is low. Invest in corn today. If that is all you want, don't ask me how. We already have a close-knit community, and I'm sorry I cannot take in anybody, because even me right now, the 20 people, they are a handful. I'm still struggling to see how I can make sure everybody's satisfied. So I cannot help you, but I'm here to tell you that this is an opportunity that you should invest in. Now let's move on. Finally, invest in agri storage. If you can, like I said, buy, beg, borrow, steal, hijack to be able to save corn and rice and beans, you can also invest in buying agricultural product like chicken feed. To be like, I find my mother, God did wonders in creating this beautiful girl. Anyway, like I was saying, invest in corn this year. I'm just admiring myself. God, fine girl, beauty brains and small money. Now God do this one. Anyway, it is good to invest in agriculture. You want to make money next year. You want to, even for your household, if you can buy and keep, so that hunger will not mama you people next year, please do that. I'll see you guys subsequently in my next video. This is gonna be the end of this video. I hope that you learn a thing or two. God will help us. Inflation is through the roof, but now about God we serve, and God is gonna help us to navigate this. I still remain your one and only agri entrepreneur extraordinaire. I'll see you guys in my next video.